Hi, everybody. Welcome to the March 2023 Luck of the Irish. I got my green shirt on today, edition of Builder Town Hall. I am not an AI-inspired talking head. I am actually the real, the official, the authentic Meredith Oliver. I'm president and founder of Meredith Communications. We do home builder marketing, and we do it in a way where we actually complete the projects and get them done. And that is an awesome way to do things. So everything from website development to SEO to social media and all the digital things in between. And so it makes sense for us to lean into some of that today and talk about AI, artificial intelligence. Later on, I'll be joined by Kerry Mulcrone, Kerry Co, sales trainer, communication coach, culture warrior, business developer extraordinaire, Kevin Weitzel with Outhouse. We at Meredith Communications refer to Outhouse all the time for all kinds of interactive media that our clients need on their website. So that's great. And then we've got Angela McKay of O'Neill Interactive, and they do digital marketing, website development, similar to what we do. So it's a good fit, and we love each other, and we love to have fun. And we also love you. We really do. And we work hard to put together a show for you that you'll enjoy, that you'll be a little entertained, and hopefully will teach you something new. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is ask you, how many of you, and you can go into chat and chat in there and say yes or no, how many of you have heard of somebody by the name of Taylor Sheridan? Taylor Sheridan, yes or no? Let's see you. I'm looking in the chat. I got a no. I got a, of course, I got a no. Ooh, love Taylor. Okay, mega fan. Okay, so mixed. We're 50-50. Can you keep going? Oh, okay. Not Taylor Swift, Kevin. Not Taylor Swift. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. All right, Taylor Sheridan is the screenwriter and director behind the uber successful, popular, wildly crazy streaming TV series Yellowstone. So if you've ever heard of Kevin Costner, who stars in Yellowstone, the man behind the creation of that series is Taylor Sheridan. Now he's writing all kind of spin-offs and prequels that you can only get on the streaming platform, of course. They're all pretty awesome, and they're a big hit around the Oliver house. But here's the thing. Taylor Sheridan has not always been a screenwriter, producer, director. His dream actually was to be a star in Hollywood. And he's been at it for 20-something years. So when he was suddenly an overnight hit as the writer behind Yellowstone, there was actually 20 years of rejection and no's behind the yeses that finally skyrocketed him to where he is now. And he says, and I read in an article, he said, you know, after I tried the acting thing, I realized I'm a mediocre actor, but I'm a terrific writer. And he wrote Sicario and several other big box office hits. And then he went to Paramount and he said, I've got an idea for an entire metaverse of shows that will be the new genre, the neo-Western of its age. Now, honestly, I never thought that I would be interested in a Western type television show. That's just probably pretty low on my list of things to watch. But when Taylor Sheridan writes them, I watch them over and over and over again. So he decided to write about what he knows. You see, Taylor grew up on a ranch. He actually owned a ranch, and he now, with all of his success, recently bought the 6666, 4 sixes. So don't worry, it's not 3 sixes, it's 4 sixes. The 4-6 legendary ranch near Lubbock, Texas. And a lot of the filming of the shows are done on his own ranch. What is the point of all of this? Well, Taylor Sheridan was able to put his ego aside. He was able to say, this is not obviously what I'm meant to do, but I can lean in to my strengths. I can learn more about how to become a screenwriter, producer, director, and I'll create one of the most legendary series of all times. And that is exactly what he's done. So today we're going to talk about AI, artificial intelligence tools. And I want you to think about them. They're a lot like Taylor Sheridan and his approach to Hollywood. They exist to help you fill in the gaps. They're just tools. That's all they are. They're tools. You know, you're familiar with tools. We're in the home building industry. When you want to hang a small picture on the wall, you don't need a sledgehammer. That's the wrong tool for the job. If you're trying to screw in a screw, that's a Phillips head screw, and you have a flat head screwdriver, you're going to have a hard time with that, right? Wrong tool for the job. So I want you to think about AI and what we're going to do today as tools, and they're going to help you fill in the gaps. Now, this is going to require brutal honesty on your part. You have to recognize where you could use some improvement so that you can plug the right tool in. We're not saying that you need to use all of these today or any of these if it doesn't work for you. But I want you to be aware, and I want you to be up to date. So I'm going to launch a poll right here. I want to know, prior to Builder Town Hall, prior to me bringing this up, how many of you had heard of probably the most famous at the moment AI tools called ChatGPT? All right, we're running at yes at 87, 85%. Wow. Yeah, everybody get in there and vote. I really want to know, have you even heard of this before? Before I started posting about it, okay? One of the reasons we chose this topic was because Rob Krohn from Epcon in our February meeting said, while this is so new, there weren't any education sessions about it at the Builder Show. It was the talk of the hallways. So that told me right away that Builder Town Hall needs to tackle it and help you understand how to use it. All right, so we're going to close out the poll, and it looks like, okay, share results. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. Yes, at 80% of you have heard of it, and no, 20%. Okay, that's awesome. All right, so here's my next one that I want to launch, if it'll let me. No, did I not? Okay, hold. Oh, stop sharing the first one. Got it. Okay, back now. Okay, poll number 2. Have you actually used one of these tools? Okay, so you heard of it. That's interesting. Have you used ChatGPT, Jasper, or any of the other AI tools? Okay, so we're running pretty even on this one. We're at 47, 46% yes, 54% no. Okay, I see Evelyn asking what is GPT. If one of our panelists wants to jump in and help with that while I'm working on this, that would be good. All right, and poll and share results. So we came in pretty even on this one. 46% of you said yes, you used it. 54% said no. Okay, that tells me where we are, and that's very helpful. I want to thank you for that. So being brutally honest about where AI tools can help you be more productive isn't easy, but it is required. Now, there's a lot of chatter about, will these tools replace human beings in the workplace? If ChatGPT can produce a blog post, for example, are professional copywriters going to go out of business? Are they going to even be used for their skills? And my strong belief, the answer to that is no, they are not going out of business. Absolutely not. There is totally room for them. I will show you why in just a minute. Same with the rest of these tools. Everything we do in sales and marketing requires a human touch. It requires a relationship and nurturing. And none of these tools so far are advanced enough that they convey that in a way that really works. Okay, so what can AI tools do? Like, what can these tools do for you? All right, number one, they can help you brainstorm new content. They can help you brainstorm new content. So you can ask ChatGPT. I'm going to show you in just a minute. You can ask it, I'm writing an article about home builders and how to select the perfect home site. Please give me 5 headlines or 5 topics to use. And it does it right there and then. So it's, if you are trying to come up with something on your own and you don't have that person to bounce things off of and really get the juice going between you on ideas, these tools can help you do that. They can research and curate content. Now you're probably saying, well, isn't that what Google does? How is this different than Google? All right, so what Google does is scan. If you think about the old days of a library and a hard catalog, Google scans all the books in the library and the card catalog and presents you with a list of search results, where you then have to click on each search result to find that nugget of information that you need. Whereas the AI tools, they just automatically come up with the content that you're looking for. Yeah, Juan, you're right, exactly. It gives you a person-like response. Okay, so, but more than that, I mean, it literally creates content for you. It can give you a summary of a topic. Say there's a topic you don't know. So I went in and I asked ChatGPT, what is ChatGPT? And here's what I got. It gave me an answer. I am ChatGPT, a large language model developed by OpenAI. I was trained using state-of-the-art machine learning on a massive amount of data to understand and generate human-like language. My purpose is to assist users in generating text, answering questions, and carrying out various natural language processing tasks. So this is not looking at other websites and providing an index of those sites as a search engine, a search result would. This is going to, based on the massive amount of text and data that the model has scanned, it is going to give you an answer. Wow, that's a little scary. Okay, we'll talk more about that in just a minute. These tools can also generate headlines. Like I talked about, you can say, give me 5 headlines about insulation in your attic. I don't know, about spring maintenance tasks for a new home, something like that. You can say, give me calls to action, and it will do it. Some talking points for a presentation. They'll generate any kind of format and all of that you want. SEO keyword research will do. So if you said, give me a list of SEO keywords similar to, and you give a root keyword, new homes in Pittsburgh, it will then spit out a whole list of SEO keywords for you to consider that are similar to the one that you provided. It'll create copy for ads, for social media, newsletters, sales emails, all of it. And what's important though, and this is one of the most important things I can teach you today, what you get for now is a rough draft. And that's why your professional copywriters must still be involved. What you get feels a little bit like a textbook answer that is, it's not in your voice as a company. If you have a voice and a brand, it doesn't feel like we wrote it. It's very removed. So it would definitely need to be proofed and edited. But the idea is, while it will generate copy, maybe what it does best is then you transform that copy into something that you can really use. Okay, so is this a bot? Like, how is this different than Google searching the internet or a bot? No, AI is not a bot. It's not. Kevin's got some really good way to explain this, and he'll share that with you when they come back on. Here's how I think about it. We understand words because they're in a context. They're in a context. So think of the phrase this way: I am building ... That's not a lot of context. I could be building what? You guys go into chat. What are all the things you could be building? Homes, obviously. You could be building a website. Thank you, Mandy. It was so good to see you at the Builder Show. What are other things you could be building? You could be building a relationship, a brand, a business, a shed, a she shed. I love it. See, so if I were to just give an AI, I am building, and ask them to understand it, there's no context around it. But if I were to say, I am a residential general contractor building, well, the choice is obvious: a home. So that's how our understanding of language works. We understand words based on context, but we also, what gives us an understanding of a human natural language processing understanding is the order of the words. Like, there's a reason that we don't go around talking like Yoda. If Yoda were to say that same sentence, he would say, building, I am, general contractor, residential. What? If you feed that into one of these things, you are not going to get a very good result, and you're not going to get the information you're looking for. So ChatGPT uses context and the order of words, and it has analyzed a massive amount of text for content, context, and structure, and it converts that into mathematical probabilities. so that it knows that the natural human next word following I am, let's see, hold on, I want to say it exactly right. I am a residential general contractor building homes. Okay, and you guys can probably even make that even clearer. Okay, so let me do a screen share, and this is very rare for Builder Town Hall. We don't typically do slides, or we usually only do interviews, but this is a little tricky. And I think you'll do a lot better if you can see what I'm talking about. So if you weren't familiar, this is the main website URL, openai.com/blog/ChatGPT. From here, you can go try and then create an account for yourself. So what I wanted to show you was the different things that I've been playing with in preparation for today. So for example, I put in a prompt. This is what you put in here is called a prompt. And that's where I'm saying that's where they are looking at the words you use, the context you give, the structure of the sentence, and then they can spit back out, explain the process of building a new home. Here are the 10 steps. This took probably 30 seconds. Now, again, you need a professional writer to take this, because we want to say, we at ABC Builder take the process of building your new home very seriously. It's our passion. So seriously that we have this, and you might put a slogan in, of like your company culture, the words on the walls. We've talked about that in past, right? Here's some general steps. Please contact us. This also needs call to action. Please contact us to learn more and for us to give you a personal step-by-step of what's going to happen. But to get this raw information that reads really very nicely is awesome. And then you take this and you make it better. Does everybody, if you're following me in chat, say yes. I need to know that that you're following me and that you're kind of seeing what we're doing. Okay, excellent. Oh, thank the Lord. Okay, I'm not sure I'm following me. No, I'm kidding. So then what I tried was, that's right, Sue, it's a good start. But then you need a professional writer to add in your voice, your brand, more style, links back to your website, and your SEO keywords. Yeah, she's exactly right. So that's why I said, look at this as a rough draft. It is the initial rough draft, and you've got a proof for maybe one of these steps, you do it differently and you wouldn't say it this way. Maybe you don't do basements and they're talking about basements or something, for example. Okay. So then I said, I was playing with this with our SEO manager, Megan, and I said, I want you to type in exactly what I type in, and I want to know if we get a different result or the same. Because then I got worried, well, if we're all going to use this to create content around like home building, isn't this going to get really repetitive? So we did a new prompt. Hopefully it's going to load for me. We both typed in at the same time the exact same prompt. What are the most popular colors in residential interior design? And then boom, I got this and she got something completely different. I just kind of wondered, like, well, then how accurate is this? But that was sort of a subjective question. This response was one of the ones I was the least happy with, because it kind of mentioned all the colors. So I was wanting it to talk about the Sherwin-Williams color of the year, magenta. I love magenta. You know, I wanted that, but I didn't get that. So I got better and better. So here's how to prepare your home for spring. And here's a list of things you need to do for home maintenance. So you're getting the idea. So then I thought, let's get a little harder. These have been kind of easy. What are the benefits of a detached workshop garage? There are several benefits. And then I got all of this and I was like, wow, I'm not sure I even could have like listed off all of this. I don't think I want to talk about fumes. So like, again, this is where you got to really work on it and make it your own. Okay. Oh, okay, Dave over in chat on my other monitor. That's why you're getting a side view. Sorry about that. Says Dave recommends that he runs his ChatGPT text through another AI product called audience.ai, and it will let you know if this script has AI detected or if there's plagiarism. Then he'll run it through quillbot.com and it will paraphrase all of the text. It's amazing. So there you go. So then I was like, well, I want a digital marketing question. So I put in, how can my home building business rank high in the Google Maps search results? So super specific. And I got all of this. Okay. So I have not paid. This is the free product. There is an upgrade. It's $20 a month to do that. Because sometimes you will come to this particular product and it's maxed out and it will tell you, we can't take any more right now and you can't use it. And so then they came up with the premium product, which will guarantee you some space to do this. One thing I forgot to bring up is I made a web page on our blog. I think Angela can put the link in the chat. Hopefully that'll come up in a second. I have all of the articles that I used today, all of the products. So like, let's get this to load up. Yeah. Okay. So how do you get the most from ChatGPT? There we go. I'm going to talk about this in just a second, the image. So here's the different articles I use, and here's the tools we're going to talk about. So how do you get the most out of it? Well, again, you've got to proof, edit, proof again. Vanderbilt University made a huge headline when they used ChatGPT to compose an email about their recent school shooting. And they didn't proof it well. And it sounded very cold and very not personal. And it was a mess. And it was all over the news. I found it on CNN, not good. Okay. So proof. When you are doing your prompts, think of it like what you put into Google to get search results. People who are good at Google search are going to be great at this. The more specific you are, the more context you give, the order of the words, all of that makes a difference. If you don't get what you want, here I did one on AI. What can AI tools do for marketing professionals? If you don't like the answer, reword it and ask again. Or you can come down here and build on it. So, what are the most popular AI tools for marketers? Okay, when you, oh, there it goes. the more you continue to prompt on the same topic, the more you will get that is in-depth and specific and what you're looking for. So you can build on one, or as you can see over here on the side, you can create many, okay? You can regenerate your response too. If you don't like that response, you can tell it to take another stab at it. So this is a pretty cool tool, but I have more to show you. So that's what we're going to do next. All right. This right here, 43 of the best AI tools. This that I put on the blog post. This is actually a LinkedIn post that like blew me away. It's a slideshow as a LinkedIn post. Yeah, I don't want to do that right now. And it shows you, okay, here are the most exciting platforms. And I think it's saying 43 of them. So for example, they're Poised. Poised is a public speech AI coach that will count the number of ums and likes and stalls in your speech and help you give better talks. Crazy. So I love this. I looked at almost every one of these tools. Some of them I thought I didn't care for. Some of them I thought were pretty useful. Synthesia was one that I really liked. Now, I promised the salespeople that they would get something, and this was not just a marketing topic today. So, Synthesia. Okay, are you ready? Create videos from plain text in minutes. And you don't have to be on camera. What? Okay, create a free AI video. So you select a template. You could say sales pitch, compliment, how to, learning development. We're going to say sales pitch. Then you're going to put in, and remember, this is just a demo. You're going to put in your video script, hit continue. Oh, you have to fill out all of this, which I'm not going to do. I did yesterday when I was testing it. And literally in minutes, you will get an AI rendered human video that says whatever it is you want to say. Imagine in sales, if you built up a little library of these on frequently asked questions that you know you're going to get. And you're talking to your customer and you're working with them and they ask that and you tell them the answer, but then you think, I do not think they got it. Like, I don't think so. So what do? You create a follow-up opportunity by sending them a little video on the topic. So you create the text and create the video. Okay, there is a lot going on in chat. That's awesome. Oh, Kevin says, while you're swiping left or right, buyer beware, you might be dating a bot. I like that. Yeah, okay, Dave is exactly right. As a marketer, write 5 email follow-up for a lead that has visited our website starting with day 1, day 3, day 7, day 15, day 30. Boom. So good. So good. Okay. I also see Jasper.ai. That is one of the ones that I really liked. And I put it on my short list here because I thought it was very strong. I had to create an account and put in my credit card, which I don't like to do when I'm just testing something. But this one is cool because like ChatGPT, but it's just a little bit, the user experience is a little more robust. And then I believe that I read last night that actually ChatGPT has ended up being integrated into Jasper. I think I've read a lot on all of this to get ready for today. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to show you was this. There is a WordPress plugin for ChatGPT. So if you have a WordPress site at Meredith Communications, we build exclusively in WordPress, and it's not template generic. It is our patented, what do you call it? Proprietary version of WordPress. And so I did it. I went here. It's a one-time $59. And I tested it on Meredith Communications. And when I went to write this page, down in the corner was the ChatGPT symbol. And I click it and it opened up the writer, the editor piece that I would have otherwise done over here on another tab. And right within my website, I was able to prompt and get a response. And I thought that was really cool. Okay, a couple more, and I promise the panel will come in soon. Like 3 more that I'm gonna do really quick. So where did this image come from? How did I get this image? It's an AI created text to image. So just like we could do text to video, we do text to graphic image. So it's kind of a sister or brother product. It's from the same company that does ChatGPT. OpenAI is the company. And when you go in here, okay, this is crazy. I had so much fun with this. This is ridiculous. So it will give you a prompt. So I don't know if you can see it on my screen. An impressionist oil painting of sunflowers in a purple vase. Now you'll notice they're using, what kind of style does this piece of art do they want? They want impressionist. They want an oil painting look. They want sunflowers in a purple vase. Again, the more specific you are, the better your result. So I'm going to hit generate. Is it going to do it? Okay. The other thing you could do is hit surprise me. A sea otter with a pearl earring. Okay. You're like, why, Meredith? Why? I don't know why. I don't know. But AI art is, whoa. That is a sea otter with a pearl earring by this. Whoa. Okay. I don't want to see that. That's weird. And let's do this one. An astronaut playing basketball with cats in space. I also learned when I was using this tool, if you do comma digital art, you'll end up with a much higher, better looking graphic. So why, Meredith? Why? Well, it is becoming a major art form. So much so that Shutterstock has actually get custom images in seconds with AI. And guess who they're using? DALL-E, which is the same company as the ChatGPT. So it's just a style of art that's becoming more and more popular. I'm not sure exactly how home builders would use this. Maybe you guys can tell me in the chat. But if you can't find the perfect picture, stock picture, you could have one created by just typing in text. Okay, this one blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. Anybody else go into chat? Anybody else use Kronologic? Has anybody used Kronologic? Anybody tried it? I'm getting a note. Thank you, Mandy, for participating. I really appreciate it. I'm like on an island over here. Okay, no. Okay. AI powered scheduling at scale. I am thinking of our OSCs and our salespeople right now. I promised you all there would be something for you. Kronologic will automate the scheduling of meetings. I'm like, what? So I go in and I do the demo and watch the video. And here is what I got. This is a sample email. It literally takes your list of leads, scans them all, takes your calendar, sends an email, and invites the lead. You could invite them for a phone conversation, for a Zoom, for an in-person, and it sends it all for you. And somehow, somebody tell me how, Dave, how does it looks at their calendar too, and it finds the time where you are both available. And then it sends all the emails. What? So this is really cool. And if you somehow combine this with your video, whether you send the AI bot video or you send you personally, this could be incredibly interesting and really stand out amongst everybody. Last one, I'll go ahead and invite the panelists to get on the screen and get ready to get in here while I do this last one. Did I not put that one on the thing? Lead scripts.co. Okay, this one is aggressive. They have literally sent me an email every single day since I signed up for the trial. This one creates funnels and sends emails, and they're not kidding. And the emails, no, don't talk to me right now. The emails ask for a copywriting script, and it's instantly written for you. Their AI is called Oscar. This is Oscar here, and he will write it, and there you go. What is happening? Okay, so let me stop the share and get us all back on screen. Whew.
Dang.
How'd I do? Because that's all. That's complicated.
Awesome, but now I'm scared to death. No.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. It is. And I wasn't trying to overwhelm you. And I'm not saying you need all these things. I'm just trying to make you aware that there's an entire AI universe happening in which you could take part in a little bit or a lot of it or a medium bit, but it's there. So
I'm telling you, they're all saying it in the chat, yeah. But your cliff notes were worth a lot of money. I remember back in college when I'd go to the rack, my cliff notes and pay, that was worth a lot of money. And you know what I was taking away from it? I want to know more, how much, how this. I was like thinking of all this stuff. What I really thought was, if you salespeople don't think that you need to follow up quick and fast and do all this, unless you want to become out, you better start doing it now.
Yeah, because there are people that are figuring this stuff out and they are using it. Mm-hmm. Kevin, what you in our pre-show chit chatter, you were talking about how you think about and explain AI to people, and I think that's really good. So let it rip.
So all builders have websites, and most builders should be all, but most builders look at their Google Analytics. And what do Google Analytics tell you? Google Analytics tell you what people are touching, how long they're touching it, and that's really about it. What they're looking at and how long they're looking at it. Usually everybody knows that I come from the motorcycle, bicycle, car industry, but not a lot of people know that I was also a former sniper with 7th Marines for 8 years. And I'm going to use a little different analogy today. The key to being a successful hitman is understanding the difference between compiling information and aggregating information. When you compile a list of people to murder, because that's basically what you're doing, all you have is a list of people. So I use the Google Analytics to say, okay, well, these people are these people, and here's where they live. However, if you aggregate information using a AI of sorts, an overlay on your website, if you will, now I can tell you what they look like, not only how long they've been there, but what they've touched on, where they're most likely going to be, where they're heading next, what doors they enter in and or out of. If you go even deeper and utilize the IP information, you can actually know not only that, but where they shop, why they shop, what they bought, what websites they visit. All that stuff is just data that's there right for the picking. So do you as a hitman, we'll say sniper, but as a hitman,
Or a hit woman.
Yeah, or hitman. Yeah, I guess we don't really have a
kidding.
PC generic term for that, do we? No, we don't. At least not yet.
Just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, if you're going to be a hit person, thank you, Jeff. Do you want just a simple random walk in a room and hope that that person's there? Or do you want to utilize the Google Analytics to know at least the list of who you want to get rid of? Or 3, do you want the AI curated, aggregated list of all the data points that allow you to know when they get home from work, why they're on their computer shopping when there's nobody else in the house that you can get rid of that target? You get it? So for those of you that are fearful of AI or don't quite understand it, think about it this way. You all use it. Every time you pick up your phone and you use Google Maps, I want to know how to get from my house to Angela's house. Okay. It shows me a map. But what happens is that the Google Maps is aggregating all the data of every single driver that's on the road. They're looking at what roads are they on, what times are they on, and in real time, how fast are they traveling? And that's what creates those little red bars that says, hey, you don't want to go down this road because it's going to be a delay. So that is what AI has gifted you with. You use it every single day. So you need to learn how to use it on your website. There are plenty of overlays that are out there that can aggregate that data for you, and you can be much more strategic versus just, hey, people clicked on this house 19 times and they stayed on my IFP for 4.5 minutes. Well, now you can know they stayed on that IFP for 4.5 minutes. And then right after they went there, they went to the how much is this going to cost me link for the mortgage calculator. Well, they want to pay for it. They just want to know how much it is. Get on the phone and call those people. That's how you use AI to your advantage.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Yes. So I encourage you all to go through that LinkedIn slideshow because just take in just the different applications of AI. Like I said, there was one on there where you could create text to video, and there was many different tools, and it's all tools in your toolbox. When I'm choosing technology, I want something that will integrate into my current processes, my habits, my strengths. That's why I was telling the story of Taylor Sheridan at the beginning. Because if you pick something that you hate to do, you'll never do it. So,
it's funny when you say that, Meredith, and when I was going over this, breaking down thoughts and exactly what you just talked about with Taylor Sheridan, a good thought for everybody today is, overarching it's AI and what it can do, right? But it also brings you the thought of figuring out, like, who has read Strength Finders, the book?
That's exactly
that. So you should start somewhere where are your strengths to learn to apply this, because just jumping in or your strengths to your needs or whatever it is, but start at its most ridiculously drop down mode, and that is, do you know what your strengths are that you want stronger, or do you want something different because you don't have it? Like he said, I'm a writer, not an actor. And then that moved him.
Oh boy, did it.
I love that.
Yeah.
And one of the things, start small too, because I am very guilty of downloading all of the apps, right? I download them all on my phone, or I do, and then all of a sudden I realize I haven't touched them for 6 months or a year.
Mhm.
So just start small and start with just practice with ChatGPT. One of the things, Meredith, you said it, and is be really descriptive. Like I was a little frustrated at the very beginning using it. And I still am a work in progress, truthfully. But you had, explain, list, like really practice with some of those actionable words. And it's really remarkable what you will get out of it.
I actually, that reminded me, I thought, did I save that one? Hold on. Yeah, like I asked it for tips on ChatGPT, tips on how to use ChatGPT effectively, and so I think that was the list that I gave you. That was part of the content today. Oopsie. Like I not only played with this from your perspective in home building, but it wrote a lot of the presentation for today. What is ChatGPT? I asked it with that. I asked, what are the most popular AI tools for marketers? I didn't really get what I wanted here, so I added here. So to your point, Angela, that you got to pick one and play with it.
It's really emotional. Look at Jeff's point there too, which is
great.
Hey, Kevin, I have a question for you that I know, right? I have a question for you, for everybody. When you talked about overlay, because one of the things we try and do in here is not bring up something and not explain it so that we know. You can put an overlay in your website. Explain that to us real quick.
I'm going to give you two scenarios. Scenario number one is, since we're using an example, one is called Browse. And Browse is an AI that basically puts an overlay over your competitors' websites. So you can see what people are clicking on their website, how long they're spending time on, and what pages they're going to, and what's synced order. So it's a way to competitively analyze what your competitors are doing, especially when they're doing it successfully. So maybe not look at who's in your direct market, but possibly somebody who is just hitting home runs and is constantly on the list of everybody. So that's number one. Number two is you can actually put an overlay on your own website to name companies. One is Open House AI. And they actually, in just full disclosure, they do an overlay on our IFPs for our clients. So they can get much more concise data from the IFP. But they can actually put an overlay on your website to, again, give you more of that aggregated data, more so than compiled data that Google gives you. So
any idea what's it cost putting an overlay on?
I don't really know, to be honest with you, because we don't do it, and I never asked our competitors or partners or anything what they charge for things. But yeah, I was curious too, but I didn't actually ask in this case. So I apologize, I don't have that answer.
No, I just, me, I always say curious and thirsty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I put it in chat. It's time for the giveaway. How would you use these tools? Kevin has, Kevin's known for his awesome pens, his big deal pens, and he's got a big deal pen to give away, which is really kind and thoughtful of him. So how would you use it? How would you use these tools? We would love to hear from you. Get in the chat.
We need to see a list. We need to see somebody that
we need
had
list
clipped, cut and pasted here even.
Jeff Schneider, what is I don't know, as a raconteur? I'm not smart enough to know what that is. I don't know.
He's using big Canadian. He's using big Canadian.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jeff can win because he used too big of a Canadian word.
Yeah.
I think he's copying what Dave Batcher wrote. Dave.
Social media posts mostly.
Yeah.
Someone in an amusing, like as a funny way. He's trying to be clever.
Oh,
it is fun.
Okay.
They're
but
both.
He is clever. He is clever.
Is that a raconteur? Like, what is happening? Or sounds like we're in one of Taylor Sheridan's westerns.
Oh, Sue's got a home run right there.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. you can absolutely
Yeah.
plan out, let me see. I want to say that out loud. Plan a month's worth of marketing messages. Use the AI to write it.
Yeah.
Canva to design it. Love Canva. Other apps to amend and add video. Yeah, you really could. Mhm.
Good for writer's block. That's what Juan just said. Good for writer's block. You know, all of us in this industry, to some degree, have to be a writer somewhere in our world of what we do. I don't care if it's a thank you note that you're going to write. So that writer's block. And so you don't just keep doing the same thing all the time. I thought that's perfect. We're always telling everybody, freshen it up so new Google spotters find you. Well, here's how you freshen it up.
Yeah. Jeff, you've got write a blog post, splinter that content into
Jeff
social
is trying
media,
to get a pen.
follow up.
Jeff is, but honestly, I think Sue or Juan or maybe Emily.
Okay.
You know what? Sue, Juan, and Emily, I need you to email Meredith your ship to address, specify whether it's a office or residence, because it matters. And then I will send all three of you a big deal pen.
Oh my God.
Yay.
Sue, Juan, and Emily.
All right.
Juan Garcia, Emily Hayden, and Sue public cover.
So I feel bad now because Jeff tried to play so hard. If Jeff sends his to me, I will send him a copy of one of my books.
There you go.
I'll one up you, Weitzel.
Yeah. Yeah. So the sniper wants our address.
I'm not anymore. I was out of the Marine Corps in 1997. So.
I don't know, Kevin.
Only this group could have so much fun talking tech that's like way over our heads, but we did it. We did it.
Yay.
Yeah, and I think this will be a ongoing conversation as we go through the year. You know, there'll be more, because this stuff, I'm telling you, it is exploding.
Right.
Last night it was national news. Elon Musk was commenting about ChatGPT. He was one of the initial investors, but now he's not happy because he thinks it's too woke. So he's going to create a rival. Like, I mean, it is literally in the news every day at this point. Like the Vanderbilt issue. So now that it's on your radar, you'll start, like when you think of a red car and you start seeing red cars everywhere, you're going to start to see AI tools everywhere. I hope that we've, been able to give you a primer on it, and we'll continue to learn along with you. And
the good thing about that, Meredith, for you to tell everybody that you can promise is that as we learn more, what Builder Town Hall is sharing more. And that's our gift, right?
Yeah. Because I haven't used these with a client. I'm learning along with all of you. But very soon I'll have actual examples to show, of how we've applied this to our builder clients. And it would be, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Kevin's podcast is fantastic. Kevin, tell everybody the name of your podcast so they can subscribe.
Home Builder Digital Marketing Podcast.
Yes, available in your podcast store near you. So thank you for the pins. Thank you for the contribution today. Thank you guys all for attending, and we will see you in April.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.